Hello. In this review, we'll be talking about the American Laser-Guided Bomb, GBU-24 Paveway III, also known simply as Paveway III. This continues the theme of bombs equipped with the Paveway Guidance Kit. Previously, I did a review of the GBU-12 bomb. I'll be referring back to that one, so I recommend checking it out to get a fuller understanding of what this family of bombs represents and why it was necessary to develop a third version. I'll leave a link in the description. Overall, I'll explain the capabilities of the GBU-24 bomb with its improved guidance kit. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It helps make our content better. Let's burn. In 1976, the United States adopted the GBU-12 Paveway II bomb. Its base was the 500-pound Mark 82 bomb, onto which a semi-active laser seeker, along with a guidance kit and wings, was installed in the nose section. The tail section received a folding stabilizer that deployed after release. The company responsible for developing this precision-guided weapon was Texas Instruments. By the late 1970s, with the advancement of air defense systems, it became clear that the Paveway II worked well when dropped from high altitudes, but was highly problematic at low altitudes. The semi-active laser seeker required the target to be illuminated, and when flying at very low levels, the seeker's performance was inadequate. First, if the seeker locked onto a target while still mounted on the aircraft's pylon, the bomb would immediately dive straight toward the target after release, often falling short and missing entirely. The tail fins were also insufficient. The design was too short, preventing the bomb from striking targets at the necessary standoff distances. This forced the aircraft to fly into enemy air defense zones. Second, the guidance kit itself was not designed for low-altitude releases. From high altitudes, the Paveway II could reach a maximum range of about 15 kilometers, but at low altitudes, this range was roughly cut in half, even without factoring in the additional problems mentioned. As a result, in 1980, Texas Instruments was tasked with developing a new guidance kit that would address the shortcomings of the Paveway II. The plan was still to use general-purpose free-fall bombs from the Mark 80 series as the base. The new guidance kits, designated Paveway III, were designed for 3 bombs in the Mark 80 family and for the hard-structure munition-penetrating bomb. This also applied to the tail section. The solution was to extend the wings of the nose-mounted guidance section, lengthen the tail fins, create an improved semi-active laser seeker, a better guidance system, and a more advanced autopilot. Development took about a year, and by 1981, the first prototypes were ready. The first variant was designated GBU-21B. It was intended to use the 2,000-pound, it's about 900 kilograms hard-structure munition penetrator bomb, designed for destroying bunkers. However, this version was never produced and was cancelled during development. The second variant was the GBU-22B. Its base was the 500-pound, it's about 227 kilograms, Mark 82 bomb. The BSU-84B tail kit with extended wings, compared to Paveway II, was developed, and in the nose section, 2 guidance kits were initially designed, the WGU-12B and WGU-12AB. A third one would later appear. The third variant, GBU-23B, was meant to use the same guidance kits, but with the 1,000-pound, it's about 450 kilograms, Mark 83 bomb as the base. Like the GBU-21B, it never reached production. The fourth variant, GBU-24B, was based on the 2,000-pound, it's about 900 kilograms, Mark 84 bomb. It used the BSU-84B tail kit and one of the 2 nose guidance kits, WGU-12B or WGU-12AB. In the end, out of the 4 designs, only the GBU-24B entered service, in 1983. The GBU-22B was never mass-produced for the U.S. Air Force, although Texas Instruments did build several prototypes and could have started production on request. The other 2 versions never made it past the design stage. In 1983, an order was placed for 27,000 Paveway III kits. But the bomb had one significant drawback: its price. At the time, the GBU-12 Paveway II cost around $25,000 per unit, while a single GBU-24 Paveway III cost as much as $55,000. That was considered extremely expensive, which meant it had to be used selectively, reserved for high-value, pinpoint targets. The range was improved. When released from low altitude, the bomb could strike targets with a circular error probable of just 1 meter at distances up to 18 kilometers. From an altitude of 10 kilometers, it could reach up to 30 kilometers. The guidance kit included an autopilot and improved sensors capable of determining how the bomb had been released, whether following a maneuver or in level flight, and then generating commands to optimize the flight path. The sensors also determined the ideal angle of attack on the target, whether to strike at an angle, horizontally, or vertically, allowing the bomb to dive steeply onto the target in its terminal phase. From 1997, production of the GBU-24 was taken over by Raytheon, which had acquired Texas Instruments Defense Division. Later, Lockheed Martin also began manufacturing these bombs. Over time, additional bomb bodies were used as the basis for Paveway III. For bunker busting, the 2,000-pound BLU-109B penetrator bomb was employed, later joined by the BLU-16B penetrator. Guidance and tail kits were fitted to these as well. Thermobaric warheads like the BLU-118B and BLU-121B were also adapted for the Paveway III system. The GBU-24 saw its first combat use during the 1991 Gulf War. It was next employed in Iraq in 2003, and later in Afghanistan by U.S. forces. As with the GBU-12 Paveway II, Lockheed Martin recognized that the semi-active laser seeker performed poorly in bad weather. The company proposed developing a guidance kit equipped with a GPS receiver. Testing began in 1999, and in the 2000s it entered service. This enhanced version was named the GBU Paveway III, with E standing for enhanced. The official designation of the new kit was WGU-39AB, though it was commonly referred to as the GBU-24. This guidance kit combined a GPS receiver with an inertial navigation system, improving accuracy during the main portion of flight. If the GPS signal was jammed or the laser designation was lost, the bomb would continue toward the target on an approximate trajectory. However, in such cases, there was a significant risk of deviation due to the limitations of the sensors in the guidance kit. The effective strike range still depended heavily on the carrier aircraft's altitude and speed, while accuracy continued to rely on the precision of the laser designation. It's also worth explaining the different designations of this bomb. The main production model was the GBU-24B, but there are many sub-variants with different suffixes: GBU-24AB, GBU-24BB, GBU-24CB, and so on. The differences come down to several factors. Bomb body used as the base. This could be the Mark 84, BLU-109B, BLU-116B, BLU-118B, or BLU-121B. Guidance kits, such as WGU-12B, WGU-12AB, WGU-39AB, or WGU-39B. Tail kits, including BSU-84AB and BSU-84B. Fuses, which also varied across versions. Different combinations of these components resulted in different designations. There was also an export variant, the GBU-24 V1B, which used the WGU-43B guidance kit. This line had its own range of subvariants, from GBU-24 V1B to GBU-24 V12B, for the same reasons, different guidance kits and different base bombs. Depending on the configuration, the GBU-24's weight ranged from 1,050 to 1,072 kilograms, and its length varied between 4.31 meters and 4.39 meters. Today, Paveway III bombs are still in production and there are no plans to retire them. They remain in service with the U.S. Air Force and are also exported to several other countries. If you can't afford expensive precision-guided missiles, a nearly 1-ton free-fall bomb with a modern guidance kit is a solid alternative capable, when used properly, of flying straight into something as small as a ventilation shaft. And that concludes our look at the GBU-24 Paveway III. I'm sure this video was both interesting and informative for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. That's all from me. Clear skies to you all. See you next time. Bye.